Tuesday. That means Monica Bencomo is in with MomsWearHeels.com. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. You can tell us about rules for success today.
Yes. So good morning, you guys. It's Monica Bencomo from MomsWearHeels.com, and we are here today for hashtag Ask Monica, whoop whoop. And today's question comes from Miss Tamika M. Price, and Tamika writes, Monica, how do you stay inspired while going after your goals? Now, Tamika, thank you so much for answering or asking this question. I love this question because for me, it makes me think of personal development. It makes me think of just bettering yourself and all that fun, juicy stuff. So I was super inspired to answer this question because I was really happy when someone emailed me over the weekend and said, Monica, have you picked up a copy of Oxygen magazine? And I said, no, why? And turns out they featured my transformation story. No, I've not always been happy and healthy. Shortly after graduating from high school, I gained like 50 pounds within 3 months because I was just kind of eating all my emotions and I went through a short bout of depression. So they basically featured my story on how I managed to kind of climb out of that funk and transform my life. So, Tamika, to answer your question, I have compiled my personal top 10 rules of success that work for me. And key component here, you're going to want to make sure that you are defining success on your terms, right? So Bob's definition of success down the block might not work for you, and it shouldn't. So, for example, my personal rules of success, my definition has a lot to do with loving what I do. Like, I love what I'm doing right now. If you can't tell, I love to talk, I love to share. So love what you do and knowing your purpose and having the courage to follow that purpose every day. That's my kind of spiel, my definition of success. So what's yours? That's the first step. You're gonna wanna make sure you know what that is, right? So, top 10 rules. You guys ready? Ready? Let's get right on it. Thanks, Dad. Woohoo! Woo! Okay, so the first rule is that confidence is key. I cannot tell you guys how many auditions I've had. I was a professional dancer before I got into fitness and all this stuff. And I've been told yes, a lot, but I've been told no a lot more. And the biggest, I would say, determining difference in being told yes or being told no was my confidence level. When I was younger, I would walk into a dance audition and say, can you please choose me? And then you wonder why you're not chosen, because you're not walking in your truth. You're not believing in yourself. So first rule is you have to make sure that you believe in you before you want your boss or your potential boss to hire you or believe in you. All right, number one. Number two is that consistency wins. Now, I recently heard this quote by Oprah Winfrey, and I loved it. I ran to my computer and I wrote it down, tweetable, is that your brand is what you consistently put out there in the world. So what is it that you are committing yourself to? What are you doing on a daily basis? What are you sharing with the world on your social media, on your Facebook? A lot of us think that it's innocuous and that it's trite and that it's not a big deal with whatever we're sharing on Facebook. But actually, I think that we have a lot more power in our lives than we want to really acknowledge. So your brand is who you are. How do you interact with people? And I think it's a good idea to consciously create that so that you're not creating a brand on accident, right? All right, moving on. Number three is to stay focused. Now, I chuckle because I think about my dad. My dad would always tell me out of high school, like, stay focused. And I'm like, what do you mean, Dad? But now I get it. I consider myself in the past to have been a woman of many talents, but a master of none, right? And my husband's actually the one who kind of woke me up. He said, you're dancing, you're doing TV, you're doing fitness, you're doing school, you're doing restaurant. Choose something, woman. And I said, okay, you know what? You're right. So my niche, my thing now is fitness and life coaching, and I love that. And I think that if you can just focus intently on what your passion is, you're going to be that much more successful at it, so that you're not sharing your attention with too many different things. You can just focus on that, crushing that goal, right? All right, number four, and I love this one because kind of a weirdo if you know me. Number four is to embrace your uniqueness, right? There's 7 billion people in the world, but there's only one you. And I think that is like awesome, right? Remember that there's only one you, no one else is you in the world, and that is your power, right? So you're not going to want to really try to conform if you really want to be successful. Who are you? stand in that, be you, and roll with it, right? Number 5 is that intuition outweighs logic. We really have to make sure that we're pairing our head with our heart when we're making decisions related to business, professionalism, personal life, all that good stuff. And I'm going to try to go through these pretty quickly, you guys. So number 6 is that you have to develop a personal mission statement. This mission statement should be the thing that literally makes you just want to jump out of bed in the morning. What is it that you are put here to do? I know it sounds heavy, but you have to know that, or again, you're just kind of waking up on accident, right? Number 6 is make mistakes. Yes, Monica, I give you permission. Fall on your face. I do it all the time. I make tons of mistakes, but to be honest, that is the only way that I can learn. That's the only way that I can get better. That's the only way that I can accrue some type of wisdom. And while I'm only 29 years old, I don't want to be on a slow track to getting smarter. I'm trying to learn as I go, right? So that's number 7. Number 8, you guys, is to be brave. Maya Angelou once said, and I love Maya Angelou, rest in peace, is that without courage, you cannot follow any other virtue consistently. So being brave and having the courage to go after your dreams is going to be very, very, very much needed on your journey. Almost done, you guys. Number 9 is you can either have or suffer the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Now, I'm currently training for a fitness competition, and I am craving and I'm missing my cookies, my pizza, and all this stuff. But I have to constantly remind myself, are you willing to suffer the pain of discipline? Or do you want to have the pain of regret of saying, I didn't reach my dream because I chose comfort instead? So key right there. Last one, almost done, is that you don't have to, but what works for me is that using visualization really is a key for my personal success, because every morning before I get up and try to tackle on the day, I'm always just thinking about the things that I want to manifest, the person that I wish to become, all that good stuff, because at the end of the day, if you can believe it, you really can achieve it. And yes, I sound like PSA, but it's true. So Dan, I have a question for you. What is your personal rule of success? How would you define success yourself?
When I get things done. For me, it's all about production. But we're going to be back in a couple of seconds on the Morning Brew, and we're all going to actually produce some seed balls here in a couple of minutes on the Morning Brew with Friends.